We're going to bring our left hand to our heart and then right hand to the floor, okay? So connecting with our heart, but also trying to stay grounded. Let's go ahead and soften the belly, sit up tall. Relax the face, and we'll breathe through the nose only, pushing the belly out on the inhale, drawing it in on the exhale. Relaxing the shoulders, let the knees kind of fall out. Try to get rid of that tension in the hips. We'll continue to breathe like this. The body, breath, and mind have an automatic cleansing process. The breath ebbs and flows. Thoughts enter and leave constantly. On every level, waste is being released and replaced with energy and light. Bring to mind of how you want to feel today. What do you need to receive? Letting your positive affirmation be, I am safe, I am well, I am grateful, I choose to be positive. Let's take that right hand out just a little bit more, even coming up onto the fingertips. And then we'll take this left arm up and over. So you can walk the fingertips out. If you want more of a stretch, you can come down onto the forearm. Try not to tip over, so don't try to stretch too much yet. Reach and breathe. Enjoy a nice side stretch this morning. I'm so happy that you all actually got up. It seems everybody is staying up all night and sleeping all morning. Let's go to the other side. Stretch. So I like to reach up first, then you'll feel that stretch of the side body, then come over, palm down, and then reground in that right hip, stretching over here. We'll come back to center. Let's inhale the arms up. Touch the palms, and then we'll exhale, palms down, back towards the earth. Feel the earth, and then inhale, we'll lift, gathering all this positive energy around us, placing the palms together, and then exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise. On your next inhale, we're going to take our chin up and gaze at our palms together. And as we exhale, bringing our chin to our chest. So in yoga, we link the breath and the movement. Inhale, lift, chin up. Exhale, release, chin down. Let's do a few more on our own. Inhale up. And on this next round, we're going to interlace our fingers, drop the chin, place the hands right beneath the head, and then we'll draw the elbows in and enjoy a nice upward back neck stretch. Sink in here. So even though we might be slowing down more, not having our regular routine, it's still really important just to spend some time with yourself, connecting the breath and the body so that the mind can stay focused and clear and not get caught up in a lot of things going on around us. We're always searching for that inner peace. Good, let's gently lift up. We'll open up the elbows, chin comes to center. If you need to stretch out your legs, you can. Otherwise, we'll stay in a seated. So let's take an inhale here, and exhale, we'll gently twist. I want you to try to twist from the chest and the shoulders. Inhale, center, and we'll twist right. So we're not forcing through, we're just accepting our range of motion as it is this morning. And when you twist, make sure that we complete that exhale before we come back to center. Let's do one more each side. We'll place our hands right on the knees there, and then let's just start creating some circles. It's a great way to start awakening the spine. Just getting lost in the movement and in the moment. It's just all about presence and awareness. Good, let's hang low and just sway side to side. If you find a little spot that needs a little bit more attention, then let's just hang out and spend a breath or two there. I want you to get used to acknowledging an area that's tight or tender. And then we just pause there and take a breath and see if we can soften that area. Good, we'll round up, sit as tall as we can. And then we'll go ahead and move into a tabletop position. So hands are going to be under the shoulders, knees under the feet. Let's curl the toes. And let's start moving through cat-cow. So we inhale, arch, drop the belly, chin, and lift. And exhale, tuck, spread the wings, and try to look in between the knees and the feet. Let's lengthen so it's a nice 4 to 5 count inhale. And exhale, either match it or a little bit longer. Wonderful. Let's come to center. We're going to pull the belly in, okay? We're not sagging it today. Shift your weight into the right hand and then push the mat away. So you're not here. We push away, and then we're going to reach out with the left hand. Thumb up to the sky. If you're okay here, we're going to extend the right leg. And if you want a little bit more, then we're going to take that leg up, okay? So let's try to bring it to hip height. Lower just a little bit more, and good. So this is a spinal balance. I want you to reach out a little bit more. Create that length and space. Good, we'll set it down. Move through a couple cat-cows. And you should already start to feel that the body does not require much, just any little attention. You're going to start to feel good. Good, pull the belly in. We'll shift weight to the left, reach out, and then extend. Trying to keep those hips nice and square, and then we'll lift up. Good, reach, and then the head, excuse me, the neck is an extension of the spinal column, so make sure that the neck is nice and lined up also. Reach. Let's go ahead and come down. We'll move through a few cat-cows. On your next exhale, we're going to take the knees a little bit wider, cross the big toes, send the hips back to child's pose. We'll make our way down to forearms. And here we can sway a little bit, just starting to loosen up those hips. So today we can bring fist over fist if you'd like to keep your head up. If you'd like to make connection with the mat, then we're just going to go ahead and bow our head, extending our arms out and just sinking the chest in here. Repeating one of our affirmations that speaks to us. Even rolling your forehead back and forth across the brow to the temple, that always seems very soothing to me. Now, anytime today or anytime during any of your practices, you can always revisit child's pose to rest, take a little break. Let's go ahead and come onto our forearms. We'll bring the knees so that they're hip distance apart. Curl the toes. Always like to get a nice stretch in the toes. And now we're going to work some cat-cows here. So it might feel like we're not doing much movement, but we are. So open up the shoulders, shine out through the heart. Gaze up as much as okay for your neck, and then round it here. Drop the head. Bring the chin in as much as you can. Spread the fingers, plug into the fingertips. Feel nice and supported. Let's do one more round, then we'll come back to our tabletop position. Now we're going to crunch in this area. So crunch and then look over your shoulder, look back. Inhale to center, and then we'll swing around to the other side. It's always that lower trunk side area. Always tight. Getting some range of motion in our neck here. You can make it a little bit bigger, get a little sassy with it. Good, let's go ahead and take the hands as wide as the mat, knees as wide as the mat. And now we're just going to, either you can create just a box here, or if you want to stretch a little bit more, you can open it up a little bit more. I've taken my hands out a little bit wider so I can kind of get into the hip flexors a little bit more. Then when you come down, you can shift over to one side. Just create it however big or small that you'd like. Changing directions if you'd like. This is your practice. I'm just here to guide you, give you some options, but everybody's body feels different. We'll give you a few more breaths. And then we'll sink back into our child's pose. This time we're going to take our arms alongside of us. Palms up. And then let the shoulders just fall in here. Bringing awareness to where you're feeling a stretch. Let the breath soften it. We'll come back onto our hands and knees again, lining it up. Now we're going to come into sunbird. So let's take the right leg up. But I want you to look at it. So see how mine is hip distance, and then I just don't have my foot dangling. I'm pushing my heel up to the sky. Okay, take a look back. Looks good. Pushing the mat away. Okay. And then now we're going to push up. Push up. Good. So don't bring it down too far. We're just pulsing. Push the mat away, nice and strong. Let's draw it into crunch. Take it up. So now try to get an arc. Gaze up and crunch. Reach. Big inhale. And stay constricted until that exhale is done. Few more. Let's hold here. Beautiful. We'll set it down. Cat cows, down dog, child's pose. See what the body's asking for. Down dog, we curl our toes, hover the knees, push the belly back, And then we can come up and get a nice inverted stretch. One more breath and we'll meet back in our tabletop position. We'll lift up with the left and look back and see what that leg's doing. Make sure it's nice and strong, okay? Pelvis points towards the mat, push the mat away, let's gaze up. Trying to find that equal weight in the hands, pull the lower belly in. Good, let's inhale, and then exhale, we'll round, drawing the knee in towards the head. Reach, lift, open up the shoulders, gaze up. So even if you're just taking your eyes up, let's try to exercise those eyes a little bit more. We've all been on our screens way too much, so let's give those a little break. Look up. Last one, let's hold it up here. Push away, feeling nice and strong. We'll set it down. And yogi's choice, cat-cow, child's pose, or down dog. If you chose down dog, maybe let's try to lift our toes. That'll just help you sink back into the heel so it opens up the Achilles and the backs of the calves a little bit more. And then we'll all meet in child's pose. So any version that you like, arms behind, in front, or if you want something a little bit more restorative, forehead on the fists. You should start feeling nice and calm now. We can go ahead and get some water if you need some. Good, so let's go ahead and make our way to a kneeling lunge. Most of us are practicing on carpet. My house is concrete, and I like it, but sometimes not for my knees. So I'm going to place a knee on a blanket, and then I can come here, okay? So you might not see my arms, but we should be okay. So have the knee over the ankle, and then make sure that this bottom one isn't underneath you because then you're gonna wobble. So let's go ahead and take it out a little bit. open up the foot a little bit, and then you have a nice base. Okay, you can curl that back toe if you would like to have a little bit more balance. Okay, so let's go ahead and inhale the arms up. And then exhale, we're gonna lean forward and swing the arms behind us. So big inhale to rise. And exhale. Making sure that back foot, that the ankle is in line with the knee. Nice and safe alignment here. Good, we'll place our hands down. Slide that heel away from you. Toes up to the sky. And then we're gonna take a bow. So you can sit back, bringing the belly to the thigh, and then drop the head here. Paying attention to where you're feeling the stretch and just stay there. Now we're going to come flat onto that top foot. And now we're going to shift our weight. So now we're going to get a stretch in this back leg here, pointing the back toes. Let's take both arms to the inside. So stay where you're at. I'm just going to show you a different view here. So we'll come to the inside. Then we're going to heel toe that right foot out. Toe is out, heel is in. Just check in here, see how it's feeling. And then we'll have the left hand in front, and this right hand is going to nudge that knee away from you, so you'll roll to the outer edge of the foot. And then we're going to create a twist here. But anytime something doesn't feel right, just back off. And if we spend a few breaths, usually about 5 or more, then we can start to feel the sensation subside a little bit, finding some ease in the pose. Or it could feel like too much and you're like, yeah, no thanks. Good, we'll come back to center. Hands on the inside. Walking the foot in, then we'll take one on the other side. Let's take one more stretch where we rock it back. Toes up, maybe getting in a little bit more. Then we'll slide that foot. Come back, raise the arms so that we're back into our kneeling lunge. And let's flow here. Big inhale, exhale, sweep it. Good, we'll come to center. Then we'll come onto both knees here. Curl the toes behind you, or you can leave them here, and then we're going to sit back, sliding the hands towards the knees, on top of the thighs, and then we're going to come up. Exhale, come down. And then we'll move up. And then the next time we come up, we'll take our left leg up front. Again, see, build everything on the mat first. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. Head is over the hips. We'll lift the arms up. And we'll sleep down. So lean forward, nice long spine here. Planting in that front foot, making sure you feel nice and supported. Pull the belly in. Use your arms to lift you up. We'll bring our hands down, slide the heel away from you. So now you have a nice long leg. If it's really tight, let's keep that knee bent, not a big deal. But instead of rounding here at the head, let's see if we can lengthen and then come down. We'll come flat on that foot. Point the back toe and lean in. Outside hand's gonna come inside. And then we're gonna walk that left one out. So toes out, heels in. So it's just gonna open up that hip for you. Right hand to center, left fingertips come, and we're just gonna open it up just a little bit here. So roll to the outer edge and just give it a little nudge. Try to just breathe into the resistance. Meeting it with some kindness instead of judgment. Good. Coming out nice and slow. Walk that foot back in a little bit and let's just take one more back stretch, setting it back, lowering deeper. Now we're just going to take this front leg and take it back. Settling into our child's pose. If you'd like a little bit more stretch, then we can move through our cat-cow. You can find some of those circles. You can move into your cat-cow. Anything that we've done, or if your body's just asking for something, don't even question it. Just go for it. Grabbing a sip of water if you need one, and then we'll meet on our mat, on our seat. We'll extend the legs out. Give you just a moment, take your time. So we want to make sure that we're sitting up nice and tall, okay? So the better posture that we have, the better that we can breathe. To build the seat, we're going to remove some flesh from the bottom so we can find our seated bones. If the hamstrings are still tight, we're going to bend our knees. You can place your blanket underneath there if you'd like. Otherwise, we're extending, toes up to the sky. Roll the shoulders back. Just imagine someone's just pulling you. There's a hook right at the top of your head, sitting up nice and tall. We'll inhale our arms up and exhale, reach out towards the toes, long back. Then we'll round up. And reach. So forward fold flow here. Inhale as you lift, exhale, let it go. On your next exhale, we're going to fall into our forward fold. Beautiful stretch, stretches the entire back body. Let's let the head go, okay? Don't try to strain and keep it up. We're going to let it fall here. We'll come out halfway, take a breath. And then we'll bend the right knee and plant here on the foot. The left elbow is going to come right in front. And either you can hold on, just clasp onto the wrist and spin here and try to open up. Or if you'd like to take the fingertips behind you and lift up and take your chin over. So let's make sure that long leg has the toes up to the sky, nice and active, feeling strong in our seats, getting a beautiful spinal twist. And breathe here. So even though we're all twisted up and constricted, still want you to take those full body breaths, pushing the belly out on your inhale, drawing it in on your exhale. Then we'll come back to center, and we're just going to let that knee fall open. So you have your foot here, and now we'll inhale up and reach wherever the hands land, or you can clasp onto your foot. Sometimes I'll even give this little knee just a little, or the hip, just a little jiggle, letting it know that it's okay, it can release. And then we're going to bring the head down. We'll come out halfway. Now the right hand is going to come across the foot. So if you need to cross, but I want the arm crossing the body. If you can grab the outside edge of your foot, that's fine. And then this backhand just comes to the lower back. Okay, so it just looks like this. We'll release that back hand, release both. We'll extend the right out. Let's bend the left, toes up. We'll wrap around here to come into our twist. Yeah. So again, you can just interlace here, hang out, or if you want to take a deeper stretch, then fingertips behind. We lift and then we twist. Making sure that long leg isn't falling out towards the pinky side. Let's keep it nice and activated. That'll help build our seat and keeping it nice and aligned. Good, we'll gently come out, dropping the leg, reaching up, and we'll reach forward. Moving out just halfway, take a breath here. And we'll stay low as we cross the body and find the outside anywhere that you can. And then back of the palm goes to the lower back. And wherever, if you can grab, then you can use that to pull you down. Get a nice stretch here. We'll release, come up. Let's extend and take some forward fold. Should have lots of space now. Inhale, lift and reach. So a lot of times we think that because we have tight hamstrings, but a lot of it is in the hips. So if we can release and relax the hips, then everything above and below starts to feel a lot better. Taking as many as you need. And if you'd like to fall into the pose and hold it for a bit, that feels good too. We're going to go ahead and make our way to our back. So I want you to see that the knees are going to come over the hips, and then we open them up. So now they're pretty much lined up with my armpits. And then we bring them in, and then we're going to take our feet up to the sky. So grab where you can for our happy baby. And draw the knees in. We're in actually a squat here. So it's really great deep hips stretch. It always feels amazing to roll back and forth, just nice and comforting to the spine. Feels good. Little massage. And we can extend the legs out one at a time or both. See how that feels. We'll release the legs, draw them together, bring them right over the hips, arms out to the side, and then we're just going to drop to one side for a twist. Trying to melt the shoulders back into the mat and turn your head away from the knees if you have that range of motion available this morning. Lifting the top knee to center, pulling the belly in, then the other one follows, and we gently roll over onto the other side. Coming back to center nice and gently. I'll give you a moment to do some final stretching and then we'll set up for our Shavasana, which is our deep rest. And that just really helps us integrate the whole practice, finding complete stillness and just resting. So just getting in any comfortable position, you can just lay on your back, put some socks on, cover up. It's just a chance for us to be nice and still before we go back out there. Let's begin to relax our scalp. Jaw. Let the eyes just drop back. Belly is soft. Let's get as heavy as you can and just release. Inviting a nice deep breath to awaken the body and a little smile. Nice full body stretch. We'll draw our knees in, give ourselves that last squeeze, even rolling up the forehead towards the knees, curling into a little ball. This little pose, just curling into a ball, has amazing benefits. So you should always give it a try. You can go ahead and continue to lay there. If you'd like to sit up and close the class out with me, you may, but I understand that these are different circumstances and it's totally cool. Bowing our heads out of respect for one another and respect for the practice. I am truly honored that you joined me today. And if it was your first time stepping out of your comfy zone, I really applaud you. It's huge, courageous. The message of yoga is to do good and to be good, and the good in me acknowledges the good in each one of you. I bow to you. Namaste.